Bonsoir. So, Sunday the 1st of October, so round 4 of the Neo RC Super Sunday Series, and this time it was time for the Mighty Minis. Now when it came to my Mini, all was not well, but I didn't really know that until I'd say a quarter into my race. And the qualifying went okay, but with me concentrating so hard on the hot hatch this time, it left me 3rd overall in the B final for the Mini. Now it's funny, I've only been racing about 3 years, and the first 2 years were me really finding my way and messing about really and just having a good time and really enjoying myself. It's the past 12, maybe 16 months that I've not so much took it seriously because the results don't really show that, but I've definitely improved across the past 12 months. And now to say I was 3rd in the B final, to say I was disappointed with that because I knew I could have done a bit better, it sounds disingenuous or I'm ungrateful. I am grateful that I was 3rd in the B final, but I just felt as though there was more to be had. It's funny how this little hobby we've got, a little taste of success or a taste of things going well, and suddenly your expectations go from here to like up here. So very much ideas above my station sometimes. Anyway, oh how times have changed. In fact, that's one of the reasons that I started the Project 27 series. So if you want a bit of a giggle, have a click on that and watch Project 27. What was really cool about the B final was the spread of manufacturers that were there. So we had Daryl on pole position with a Kamtec. We had Nathan in 2nd place with a DDR prototype Mini. We had me in 3rd place with my mighty Mardave. We had Mark then in 4th place with another prototype DDR chassis, full running gear with the DDR. And we had Howard bringing up the rear with a Kamtec. So with such a variety of manufacturers, the stage was set for really quite a good battle. I know some of the DDR cars are still ironing little issues out, but let's see how we all get on. Okay, 10 seconds, here we go. I'm in 3rd place on the grid. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, felt as though 4th place. I wouldn't say I had a jump, but we're definitely quick on the gas there. Not to worry, that's left us in 4th place on the grid with Daryl, Nathan, Howard, me, and then Mark bringing up the rear. As always, it takes me a couple of laps to get into the swing of things after running the hot hatch first. Your turning points and just how the car handles, it just takes you a few minutes to get your head into gear, and then let's see if we can't pick up the pace. That's lap 3 now, no change for position. There's a good old battle going on up front, and it's really good to see how competitive that new DDR chassis is in 2nd place. Alright, grit between my teeth now. Let's get after Howard. Couple of good corners. Made some progress closing the gap. Ooh, a little bit of legs on him down the straight there, so yeah, we're out on him now. See what we can do. Oh, that would a dive up the inside, but I think that were 50-50. Put a comment below if you think I should have waited. I think that were 50-50. He was smiling, so let's have it. Let's get after him now. So that puts me in 3rd. So Daryl's leading, Nathan's 2nd, I'm in 3rd. Let's see how we get on. So Nathan's next on my hit list. Not hit, obviously, the idea is to miss and go round, but hey, you know, a pass is a pass. Closing. Watching that DDR chassis for a minute, it does seem quite smooth. But no match for me and my mighty Mardave. We are coming on strong. Oh, and there's a snafu at the bottom, and Daryl and Nathan have ended up tangled, and I think that's me taking first place. So I'm now in first place, coming up to lap Howard, I think that is. Oh, that was a snafu, which puts Daryl all over me. He's going to try to get up the inside there, but I managed to close the door, so around the hairpin. Keep it tight. Howard just letting me through there, maybe. Yes, no, no. Oh, tangled myself into the wall there. Oh, and again. What was that? So that puts me in a position where I think that's Mark. So that's Mark closing me down again. Right, focus, Brendan. Let's see what we can do. Oh, now then. That is when I first had an inkling that something might not be quite right. I'd heard the body shell rattling against things, so it was all is not well. And you know what it's like yourself if you have a mistake like that say for no reason that happened. And yeah, that's nope. I'm just going to do more harm than good. And that I've got to admit, that's a big change in how I race. I know something's wrong. So rather than trying to force the car around and either make whatever's wrong worse or scupper somebody else's race by trying to run a broken car, that's how I've changed and matured a bit as a racer. And I know now the right thing to do is retire the car. Whereas certainly 6, maybe 12 months ago, I'd have pressed on regardless, or I'd been yelling from the podium saying, "Get a spanner, fix it, what's wrong?" I'd been all desperate to have a play. Now at least I can, with a bit more maturity and frustration, don't get me wrong, I were a bit miffed. But I think the right thing to do is, when things are like that, just take a deep breath, step back, and live to fight another day. Anyway, another thing, because obviously it's a final, we don't leave the podium, so I'm sort of stood there now. Now, which car are we following? Are we following Howard? I think that's Howard. Or are we going to follow Daryl? Ooh, changing my mind. I think we're following Daryl, and Daryl's definitely in the lead now. And there's Nathan with that DDR chassis. That'd be the floor. That's me putting the handset down, I think. Right, let's pick a car. So there's the DDR chassis going down the straight, and then we're back on with Daryl as he's coming up on Howard or Mark. I think it's Howard. Yeah, Howard moves out of the way, so he was obviously lapping him. Not fighting for position. Good driving, guys. Good steady driving here from Daryl. Now we're hunting Mark again. Mark moved out of his way. Oh, and what was that, Daryl? Bit of time now at DDR1. That's what we like with the minis. This is why it's good fun. There's always a race to be had somewhere. There's always a battle going on. Really encouraging to see that the DDR chassis was doing as well as it was. I mean, this is 3rd and 4th place, respectively, in the B final of quite a big series. So that's encouraging. Definitely shows promise. Anyway, enough waffle. I'll go and fix my car now. What was up with it? Oh, broken. That's the technical term. Right. I'll go and finish my brew and have a sulk. How frustrating. So the car was going really, really well. Plenty of speed, plenty of performance, but I don't know if you could hear it. It sounded like the actual... The shell was rattling against the body at certain points, and that usually means something was not right. And when we turned the car over, I discovered that one of the body post screws had worked its way loose and was sticking out maybe half a centimetre, well, half a centimetre, quarter of a centimetre, something like that. So every time it was going round a corner that was biased in that direction, it was catching on, it started to catch on the carpet, and that's what was spinning me out. Now this is one of those things where I'll say it, and in between any race, any qualifying, any run you do, go around the car with your hex and just make sure everything's nipped up and nothing's worked loose, and always be looking over your car, see if something's broken, see if something isn't quite right, see if something's bent. All that little preparation that I should really have been doing in between, but I just didn't have time because I think there was 5 heats, there was 4 minis and 1 hot hatch. By the time the hot hatch had come off and I'd marshalled, you just don't have time. So, but, you know, excuses. Anyway, plenty of pace in the minute, I corrected that. Let's see how we get on. Oh, and obviously I'm starting on pole now. There we go, 10 seconds. I'm on pole because I finished last. Howard's right behind me, but I've got at least 4 or 5 corners I can get through, get into a groove, and hopefully now I've fixed... Oh, what was that? What was that? So Howard's now in the lead. I'm now in second. Oh, not like making life hard for yourself. Right, no mucking about now. You really need to win this to at least... Would I come third? Maybe. No. But you've got to be in the top 2 to have any chance of a fridge magnet now, Brandon. Which is the reason we're all here. We all want a fridge magnet. Right. Howard's in the lead. I'm in second. Nathan's in third. Daryl and Mark are having a bit of a snafu together there, so they're having their own private little battle. I really need to put my head down now and set off after Howard. That's at least 4 or 5 laps, Brandon. You should be into the swing of it now. Start carrying a bit of corner speed and get after him. Well, Nathan really seems to be flying now with the DDR. Keep catching glimpses of him. Yeah, I'm definitely pulling up to Howard now. Slowly, Brandon. And now the plan is, in my head, I'll just lean on him a little and apply a little bit of pressure and see whether or not he crumbles. Ooh, right up to him there through the hairpin. Had a sniff at the inside there and backed out. He's holding some... Oh, I'm up the inside. Oh, close.
No, it weren't him.
But that's only fair that he carried on, because I did in the first leg. And also, in fairness, it was 50-50. Right, so Nathan's got through. So Howard's now in the lead, Nathan's in second, I'm in third. It looks like Daryl's in fourth now. You've just been tangoed in 4th place, so... Right, so my plan now is to catch up with Nathan if I can. And we all seem as though we're on the same lap. I don't think anybody's lapped anybody yet, so... That always means everybody's driving well and really close. Okay. Not making any progress in on them at the minute. Or am I? I think we're all going to catch each other together. I think I am catching Nathan and Howard. Daryl's definitely catching me. We're all going to end up together all at once here. It's going to be carnage. Oh, Nathan's had a snafu, so I'm up the inside there, so that puts me in second. Howard's still in first. I'm now in second. Nathan in third, and Daryl flying up to the back of us in 4th place. Nathan trying there with a sniff up the inside, but that weren't on. Good tight line through there, and yeah, a little bit of distance into Nathan, but not a lot. A couple of good corners has put me really well back in touch with Howard now. Now the question is, being in touch with somebody's all well and good, but can I pass him? Howard's having a solid drive up front. Great lines, Howard. There's no way I could have passed you. Oh, I sniffed up the inside. He's got him. Oh, no. It's a disaster. From 1st to 4th in a corner. That's just... Oh, are you kidding? Well, how demoralising is that, eh? Never mind. Right. I don't think there's enough time in the race now to hunt them all back down, so let's just circulate and stay out of everybody's way. I bet the battle for first place gets really intense, especially how quickly Daryl's was gaining on Nathan as well. Oh, and then it's all good. It's all right, Sean. I'll rescue my own car. Stood there statuesque. Yeah, pull out of the way. It's all going first, second, third, all through that close as well. Oh, Howard's taking some pressure there. Oh, Nathan had a bit of a snafu, so but I'm a good lap down, so I'm not getting involved here. Just rotate behind them all. It's like in last place, going, yeah, I'm so lonely. This must be the last lap they're on, or close to it. Has been a great race. Yeah, Darryl had a spin there. And that's it. Great win that, Howard. Great driving, great win. Really good driving. Yeah, I enjoyed that. It was a cracking mini battle, that. Right, well, we live to fight another day, and at least I know that the mini's well dialed in. It's just not quite poor driving, maybe just poor judgment on where I was trying to put a pass on. But hey, we live to fight another day. There's Ansem. Here he is. Right, let's crack on and go get my fridge magnet for me rod. What a top final. Really enjoyed it. There was loads of points where I was gaining and then I'd lose a little bit, and then it felt it felt a measured race, and I was chasing, but once I'd tried that pass and put that mistake on, that led to half a lap. I wasn't going to recover that, so just rotate round, stay out of the way of the leaders. It just wasn't going to claw back. Now maybe in the in the final of the first leg, when it's 6 minutes, maybe it'd have been worth me carrying on pushing really hard, because 6 minutes is, anything could happen. That's quite a span of time. But that 5 minute less, and we were well over 3/4 of the way through when my little snafu happened. So, but that's racing, so never mind. I almost had you. I almost had it. It's nice to know though that I'm on the right track with the car. Sometimes you do all these tweaks and developments and change things here and there, and you're never really sure if you're making a difference. But yeah, everything seems to be going well. And big smiles, so dead enjoyable day. Good times had by all. Now, a quick bonus. So the Neo Super Sunday series is definitely not just a one-off event. It will definitely be running again. I've had it on good authority that it's been a good success and a great learning curve for the Neo team to put these events on, and it's been really good, and it's dead encouraging that everybody's been out in good force to support everything, which is really good. But there's some tweaks they're going to make for next year, and in my humble little opinion, they're really good tweaks as well, to try to create a little bit more of a level playing field. Now, don't get that twisted. The top 5, maybe 6 drivers, and certainly the top 3 that always turn up to these sort of events, you could put them in a car made out of cardboard and I guarantee they'd still be in the top 3. But for the rest of us, it really might level the playing field a little bit more. And one of the big things they're going to do is change the rules with regard to the motor. So there'll only be 2 motors allowed for next year, or this is what I'm being told so far: a Core 21 and the Kamtec K21. And the reason being is much better racers than me take an awful lot more time and are way more meticulous with their preparation. Not just one, there's about 6 or 7, and they'll buy a group of motors, and out of those group of motors they'll only run one, because that'll be the one that stands out as the best one. And the margin for error could be almost 6 or 7% across these motors. Well, the K21 and the Core 21, the margin for difference between those motors after they've been running, my understanding is it's much smaller. So there's less incentive for somebody to go and buy 10 motors and just choose the fastest one. It brings the a more competitive playing field across the rest of us, that I'm not going to go and buy 10 motors because the wife would kill me. Anyway, so there's a little hint for what's coming down the line, but I'm hoping to get a proper good interview towards the end of this series with both Matthew Smithson and Paul, who both organise the Neo RC series. So we'll get all the little developments and tweaks, successes, failures, what's worked, what hasn't worked. We'll have a really good interview and a sit down. Post below any questions that you've got that I can ask these guys. Right, Toodle Pip.